Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. It's me, Ethan Van Skyvert's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, live. Good to see you. Yeah. Getting ready to have a day today. I've only got a little while to live stream. I've only got a little while to make videos, and now's the time. We're moving around. We've got stuff to do today. We've got stuff to do. Okay. I am going to see Frankie Avalon tonight. I know you're all excited for me. I know you're all psyched. I know you can't believe that I'm going to go see Frankie Avalon. I've waited to see Frankie Avalon for a long time. I like Beach Blanket Bingo. I like that movie Back to the Beach with Pee Wee Herman and The Bird is the Word. I'm excited. It's good to see you guys. Aaron C says glowing blue EVS. Let's see. Johnny in Cleveland says Uncle E's got his big boy shirt on. Enclave Soldier. Hello. Hello, Coke Man. Matt's Flar. Hello, Spotted Pig and everyone. Welcome. A lot of people saying F. Nasser. Johnny in Cleveland says rest in peace, and Annette Funicello. Yeah. I got Annette Funicello's autograph on my Back to the Beach DVD. I'm going to bring my Back to the Beach DVD. I'm in the front row. I'm going to have a marker. I'm going to see what I can do. And Andrew will say, don't do that. He's not here to sign for you. And I'm going to look at her and go, and I'm going to try to get my DVD signed by Frankie Avalon. I need it. So it's good to see you guys. We've got a lot to go over. I don't want to mess around too much. I was listening to one of my older live streams. My live stream from just 3 days ago, because everyone's talking about it. I'm getting a ton of messages from people who are just saying, "Man, that live stream where you talked about Lion Forge and Oni was phenomenal." And I'm like, was it that good? I mean, a lot of people, unexpected people reaching out to me like, yeah, I listened to that live stream and it was really good. So I was like, well, what was so good about it? And I went back and listened to it. And I was like, well, first of all, I talked too much at the beginning and I need to shut up and get straight to the point. But the reason why I do that is only because, for those people who are listening, to a replay, I'm waiting for more people to come in. I don't really want to start talking about the meat of the subject until we have at like 500 people in. Ordinarily we'll get up to like 1,000, maybe a little bit more. So I kind of, BS, I think is what they call it. I kind of vamp with you guys and talk with you guys about silly things until enough people get in here to hear the start of the lecture. Deucey the Snowman, thanks for $5. That's nice of you. I'll spend that on a beer tonight. David L says, I got Annette Funicello's autograph and she died a week later. No, it was like 2 months later, but I did get it. And it was like, there's a whole controversy about Annette Funicello's autograph because people were like, look, she's severely disabled. And that's not her autograph. Like she would have somebody sign for her. And I said, this autograph looks like Annette Funicello's autograph. Okay. It's the autograph that I've seen, the way she signs and has signed since the 1950s, except it has a palsy tremor to it. What kind of monster would imitate Annette Funicello's autograph, like give a secretarial autograph and actually fake a tremor? What kind of a-hole would do that? That's why I believe this autograph is genuine. And that was a big controversy in the autograph community. But I was right then. I'm right now. Give me a break. Of course I'm right about that. All right. So we're talking about a bunch of stuff today. First of all, just as a warm-up, do any of you want to do some cleaning? we have some bums in the comic book industry, and these bums, they live in utter filth. You look at my office, for example. I turn on my camera. You look at the neatness and organization. It is glorious here. I mean, obviously, I'm an adult with childish interests, but I live like an adult. My studio is clean and it's well kept. It's organized. I got my Jabba the Hutt back there, my Luke Skywalker, all of my childish toys that make my office kind of fun, a fun working place, are here, but they're neat. Now, do any of you want to clean up the mess of a total rat? Do any of you live in Great Britain? Do any of you live in London? That's the question I ask you today. And it's the question that someone else from Bleeding Cool asked you. Come by and clear out my comics and stuff this weekend. This is Rich Johnson. Rich Johnson is interested in you cleaning up his house. Clear out my comics and stuff. By the way, you could tell things are good. You could tell the comic book industry is prosperous by the number of people who are selling, who are liquidating their entire awful collections of comics and garbage. And, it's like eBay auctions and things like this. You can tell everyone's doing really, really well. You can tell everyone's doing really, really well. And Bleeding Cool is probably doing great. Dark Apple says, everyone be sure to lick that like button. Yeah, absolutely. So Rich Johnson says, I mentioned this earlier in the week, but it's all coming together now. Graphic novels, comic books, crates, toys, books, loads and loads and loads of stuff has got to go out of my house this weekend, one way or the other. So if you can get to Southwest London, feel free to come by. He wants to sell this. He wants you to pay for his garbage. Let me show you what it looks like. This is Rich Johnson in his garbage house. This is Rich Johnson. This is Rich Johnson's garbage house. And he needs you to come by. This is just a close-up. He needs you to come by and clean up his goddamn garbage house. MODM, thanks for $20. Woo, first time I caught you at the beginning of a live stream. Also, what type of comics do you keep in your comic rack? Favorites or stuff you've drawn? Not stuff that I've drawn. I keep my comics that I've drawn in long boxes in the closet over there, away from sight. And the comic rack is full of Kirby Fantastic Fours and my John Byrne X-Men collection, which is the best of the best as far as I'm concerned. So let's find out what's up with Rich Johnson here again. Rich Johnson says, please, if you get to Southwest London, feel free to come by and offer a ludicrously low amount to take as much as your arms will carry. Yeah, I'm going to make the same offer. Upstairs, my garage is a mess. Feel free. It needs to be cleaned out. Feel free to come over and pay me to clean up my garage. I'll take very little money for you to dig me out of my hole. Come dig Rich Hoarder Johnson out of the mess of his life. Look at him. Look at him here. Help! Help! Help Rich Johnson. I can't take it. He has all these loot crates. Are you kidding me? Why do you have all these loot crates? What the hell is the matter with you? I subscribe to a loot crate. I mean, you guys have seen some of the videos. You guys have seen the videos that I made of me trying to cope with the fact that I had a loot crate subscription. There's nothing but garbage in those loot crates. I just ordered them. I was like, yeah, Kaylee was 10 or 9. I said, Kaylee, I heard an ad for this thing, Loot Crate. It says every month you get a box of like fun stuff. You want that? That sounds like fun. And she said, yeah. So I went, okay. And I subscribed her. She got her first Loot Crate. And immediately, just turned like disinterest, complete disinterest, disregarding feces, essentially. And then I looked at it and said, what is this stuff? What the hell? What a motley crew of garbage. These are freebies that you would get at San Diego Comic-Con. If you went from table to table and just accepted everybody's promotional items for free, that's what's in a Loot Crate. And you're paying for it. All right, so look, and free Loot Crates. I've got dozens of Loot Crates. Take as much as your arms will carry. Dig him out. It's like a mine collapsed, a garbage soy-based mine cave in. And here he is. Help! Help! Help Rich Johnson. He needs to get to his computer to write more terrific articles about Comicsgate. More dishonest garbage articles. S. Gamble says, fix Star Wars now, EVS. Cyberfrog is our only hope. But we'll get to Star Wars in a second. Said, tag yourself in this Facebook link or rock up to 8 Robin Hood. He's got his address here. He wants you to come help him so badly, he's actually giving you his home address. There's a driveway, street, church, car parking if you need it. You may well need it. See you when I see you. Oh, hey, you could be on Bleeding Cool as well. Oh, that's everybody's aspiration. I've never seen anything like this. I don't understand how a human being lives like this. Even when we were moving, our home looked more organized than this. What in God's holy name? So if anybody wants to help clean up Rich Johnson's hovel, if anybody wants to dig him out of his rat hole of filth, he'll accept a small amount of money to allow you to do that. Small amount of money. Last Crusader says, Jordan B. Peterson tried to tell Rich Johnson to clean his room. He trolls Comicsgate instead. Why would he troll Comicsgate when he could have just listened to future Canadian Prime Minister Dr. Jordan B. Peterson explaining to him that, he should really keep his room clean. This is the face of a 4-year-old. This is the face of a 4-year-old who's just reached into his own potty. Surprise, Mom. All right, so very good. We got a bunch of stuff going on with Star Wars today. By the way, there's a rumor that Daisy Ridley, who is moving on from Star Wars, she announced this week that she will not be in any further Star Wars films. I don't know. I mean, I listened to that and I went, yeah. Do you care? No, I don't. Do you care in a good way? No. Do you care in a bad way? No. I don't care either way. Who cares? Daisy Ridley's a great big zero in Star Wars. She is, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to describe her. She is parsley on my dinner plate. I'm really there to see Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, I guess, and Chewbacca. I don't care about Daisy Ridley, but she's there. If somebody told me there would never be cilantro on my plate ever again, would I care? No, it's the same kind of thing. I'd be like, well, all right. But now she's talking about being Batgirl. So here's the thing. In light of the recently reported rumors of Star Wars star Daisy Ridley possibly playing Batgirl in a solo movie, convincing fan art has emerged of the actress in the role. Reportedly, Birds of Prey screenwriter Christina Hodson is currently working on a Batgirl script for Warner Brothers, envisioning a new take on the classic character. Just days ago, Ridley was reported to be a top choice for the new Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, though no casting has yet been made official and nothing has been confirmed. I don't know if there's anything. I can't. I'm trying to think if there's more annoying news today. Is there anything more annoying than Daisy Ridley, who cannot act, who has zero screen presence, being... And most people kind of, to be honest with you, most people go from Star Wars to nothing. Most people go from Star Wars to nothing. I mean, there's the rare exception of Mark Hamill. Carrie Fisher, maybe a little bit, but of course she's Hollywood royalty. Mark Hamill, you would basically say Mark Hamill went from Star Wars to nothing, even though, he, of course, has a great career as a voice actor. He's appeared in a lot of different movies in character roles. For somebody who is an iconic lead in Star Wars, the career didn't really go too far from there, to be honest with you. Just being fair. And I love Mark Hamill. Now, pretty much everyone from the prequels are gone, except for the people they had to pay a lot of money to be in the movie. Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor. But all these newbies, all the new faces that appear in Star Wars don't go anywhere. So this is kind of silly. I think people have forgotten that once you've been in Star Wars, you're kind of typecast to Star Wars forever. Putting Daisy Ridley as Batgirl is not going to help either Daisy Ridley or Batgirl. Still, all right, a lot of fans are excited about this. They're talking about it. Seeing artist depiction of Ridley as Batgirl suggested it wouldn't be a bad choice at all. Similar fan speculation concerning casting has been following the production of Matt Reeves' Batman, The Batman. As of now, only Robert Pattinson has been officially cast, taking on the role of the Dark Knight itself. It hasn't been made clear exactly what other characters will be appearing in the movie, though Penguin's name comes up a lot. Penguin in The Batman as one of its rumored antagonists. Frozen star Josh Gad. He's frozen? Hold on, let me see this. If Josh Gad isn't playing the Penguin in Batman, who is? Who is Josh Gad? Do you guys know? Oh, is Josh Gad he's not the guy who's in Gotham? I'm waiting for this image to show up, Kevin Berwick. Let's see the chat. Aaron C says, Batwoman, so brave. So we've got Batwoman, that's going to be annoying, and we're going to have Batgirl, that's going to be annoying. A Man in Lunacy says, Daisy Ridley, smash or pass. I don't know. Oh, here he is. Oh, this is Josh Gad? All right, you know. I'm a man of a distinct nose. I would like to see more distinctiveness to his nose. But yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, all right. But, oh no, Josh Gad will not be playing the Penguin. All right, so the answer is no, right out of the gate. All right, so Frozen star Josh Gad had been long campaigning to play the role. Why would you campaign to play the Penguin? It's like an insult. You get cast as the Penguin and you shrug and go, well, I won't be able to get it up for 2 months. You know, that's not a nice thing to be cast as the Penguin. It's not nice. Like if they say, hey, we're casting you as the Joker, you're like, yeah. But if they cast you as the Penguin, you're like, oh, I gotta re-examine my life choices. I gotta think about things. All right, so he's not going to be in the Batman. There are rumors that other major stars are playing characters from the Batman universe as well. Dave Bautista made headlines by agreeing to play Bane in a movie when a fan suggested it to him on Twitter. I'll be anything. Dave Bautista's like, I'll do whatever. Just put me in a movie. James Gunn agreed to put me in movies. I got to support James Gunn, no matter what he's done. Allegedly. Or thought about doing. Macaulay Culkin similarly saw his name go viral when rumors hit the web about him potentially playing the Joker. Oh. I didn't think about that for a little while. What do you think about Macaulay Culkin playing the Joker? John Hallman says Andy Dick for Penguin. You know, I don't know. Roseanne Barr would be a great Penguin. I don't disagree with that. Why couldn't we, by the way, why couldn't we gender swap the Penguin? See, that's thinking outside of the box. Some people are saying no. Yeah, no. It's like Batman is so effed up now. You know, something happened. Like, what happened? Was it right around the time? I guess it was right when Christian Bale left. Christian Bale left, and then Batman just went to hell. Like, you know, oh, we're gonna cast. Let's see. We're gonna cast Kevin Smith's friends in the Batman movies. You know, let's do Ben Affleck as Batman, and everyone just kind of sighed. Everyone went, yeah, well, you know, it's over. From there, it's over. Chloe Grace Moretz, I like her as Catwoman. Yeah, that makes sense. How old is she now? She was like 4 years old last time I saw her in a movie. She could play the young Catwoman from like Gotham. I'm pretty sure if she's like 15 or 16 now. I have no idea how much she is or how old she is. But like all the other rumors, this is yet to be officially confirmed by Warner Brothers or DC. As for Ridley, it's looking like her time with the Star Wars franchise will be finished with the release of The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, of course it will. She's 13. Are you guys saying she's 13? That could be. I don't know if I believe that. 20s. She's in her 20s now. Yeah, I feel like time goes by much quicker. I'm pretty sure she's 22. Yeah, let her be Catwoman. She'd be good as Catwoman. You know, I could be just biased because I love the Kick-Ass movies. I thought the Kick-Ass movies were great. Great big Mark Miller fan. Count Toll says Culkin as the Joker could work. Yeah, he's just kind of sinister looking. He looks like he's unhealthy, and he's got a creepy smile. Kong 404040 says Uncle Van Skydiver. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. I've been binging your live streams while driving to work. Great to catch one live. Oh well, hey, welcome. Thank you for watching. Eric Weather says back Flying Fortress on IndieGoGo today. Yeah, Flying Fortress is doing good, man. Congratulations. All right, so scrolling down, this is the image of Daisy Ridley as Batwoman or Batgirl. I mean, yeah, you know. It's like I like the costume, and basically you just put someone's head on it, and I just kind of go, do I like this person? Do I like looking at their head? And that's really the question, you know, because the costume here looks cool. So does the head look cool? It's fine. She's got gigantic chiclet teeth. They're covered up in this image. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. All of these look the same to me. All of these like promo posters that are supposed to get you excited about something. It all ends up to be Netflix's Teen Titans. You know what? Or whatever that is. Where's Teen Titans playing? That the live action Teen Titans where Robin tells Batman to go F himself. F Batman. It all ends up being like that. I don't. You know, I don't even care anymore. When was the last time I saw a really, really good superhero movie? It wasn't a DC movie. I hate to say it. I haven't seen any good DC movie or television. I mean, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, but television has all been pretty silly. And aside from that, the movies have all been really, really depressing dirges that disgrace, that did damage to the characters. You damaged Superman. You damaged Batman. Cracklin says Daisy Riddler, Daisy Riddler as the human block of wood. I think she could do that. It's the role she was born for. She was born for that role. Now, let me catch up here. Rebel Wilson for Batgirl. That's an idea. Mike S. Miller for the Penguin. Another good idea. Mike S. Miller for the Joker. What if Mike S. Miller was the Joker and he was just EVS as Alfred or Frogman? I'd say Frogman from Marvel. I would play the Leapfrog for Marvel. That guy's got a tummy on him. Revenant says EVS for Batgirl. How dare you? How dare you? Indie Defense wants Renfamous as Batgirl. I don't know. So you guys, some of you like this. Some of you are saying 10 out of 10. This is great. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. All right. So I want to just run through something real quick. I've been promoting a bunch of new IndieGoGo campaigns before we get to the meat of this live stream and what it was that I actually wanted to yell about. Now we've got enough people here. We got 1,100 people in here. Frank Valero says, you just got my all caps shirt in the mail. You can barely tell I have giant man boobs now. The only trouble is fighting off the thirsty women when they see the Smiling Man logo. That is a hell of an endorsement. Can I put that on the ad? I would like the ad to read, all caps comics t-shirt. You can barely tell I have giant man boobs. Fighting off the thirsty women when they see the Smiling Man logo. We'd sell a lot of shirts that way. Sensuai Takashi says EVS for Clayface. Now, come on. All right, so here's what we're doing. Iron Skies by Christopher Rue. I want you guys to take a look at this. I didn't put the links in the description, but just look them up on IndieGoGo. These are magnificent new comics that I'm promoting. I'm promoting them mostly at night. And I'm telling you, this is the next wave. Monster MD is doing awesome as well. Monster MD by Von Klaus. Von Klaus has become kind of a runaway superstar. Everyone likes his presence on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. They like his whole thing. He's very German. He's very cool, and his book is awesome. $31,200. Shinobi Sasquatch, another one. Even though last night there was a big fight between Cal Jameson and Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash has it in for Cal Jameson. I don't really know why. Maybe we'll get into that at some point. But he's the campaign is doing great. The book looks great, almost at $33,000. Flying Fortress Remastered, the great Eric Weathers, letterer for all Comicsgate projects. We're trying to get him bumped up, $16,600. These are all pretty much successes. These are all success stories. I'm very proud. And of course, in the description below, we've got 4 more days. 4 more days for Cyberfrog Vampirella, the exclusive variant cover $45,504. If you haven't gotten one yet, make sure that you do. I mean, I'm going to close this out. It's not going to be available anymore. And they're talking today about doing a 100-pound cover. It's going to be a nicer cover than a normal comic book. It's going to be a nicer, it's just going to be a quality package. It's going to come with a certificate of authenticity. It's going to be like a really, really good thing. $45,504. All the different perks are down here, all the different tiers. And we've added the signed poster, which is a big deal. A lot of people said, I don't know if I want the comic book. I just kind of want the art, or I want a poster of Cyberfrog and Salamandroid and Vampirella together. So we did that. We did a high quality lithograph of the Cyberfrog Vampirella cover art. It's 18 by 24 inches and composed of high grade 100-pound archival stock. The perfect measure of durability to ensure its proud owner's enjoyment for years to come. Hang it on your wall. You know what? Hang this on your wall and make it so that your office doesn't look like this. Don't let your collectible studio, where you store your collector items, look like this. By the way, what is this hose sticking out here? What is this? Is this a crack pipe? What is sticking out of this box? Just something to think about. If you don't want your home to look like Rich Johnston's home, that he's built out of cardboard boxes, that apparently he opens with his teeth, then why not order Cyberfrog and Vampirella and Salamandroid, the signed lithograph, packaged individually in its own protective tube to guarantee safe shipping and handling. It says estimated shipping October 2019, but no, it's going to print. It's going to print right now. It'll be available in 2 weeks. All the books signed plus the poster. You're going to get 3 of the comic books. You'll get the one without the logo on it. You'll get the one with the logo on it, and you will get this black and white version without any color. You'll get them all autographed, and you will get the poster autographed as well for $150. I mean, for goodness sakes. Chucky Wookie says, sir, please check IndieGoGo and Twitter messages. Think I got an unauthorized message to you. Please check IndieGoGo and Twitter messages. I think I got an authorized message to you. All right, well, I'll look. I'll see what that is. That's very mysterious. Very mysterious indeed. Yakuse says, check out Keys to Zodia on IndieGoGo. Jeremy Wick says, it's not Yellow Flash, it's Cal that was being a soy bitch. A lot of controversy. So, I got to get Yellow Flash in here. I wonder what he's doing. All right, I might do that. I might actually send Yellow Flash a link and just see if he wants to come in, because he has a bee in his bonnet about a bunch of things. And I mean, I did too yesterday. Yesterday, I had a fight with John Delarose, and I'm so tired of fighting with him, because I feel like he deliberately does this. Like, well, he'll have a problem, we'll address it, and then he'll go out of his way to stir up the same exact problem again in public. And in private, everything's okay. In private, we have conversations where it's just like, look, man, this is, you got to chill. And then immediately he comes out, and it's just, he comes out swinging. And like, I don't want to embarrass people in public. Like, I hate that. I hate having to embarrass people in public, but I got to embarrass him in public because he just says crazy stuff. So I kind of understand a little bit of drama, in terms of Comicsgate. But a lot of this stuff I'm aloof to. Yellow Flash has to fill me in. Like, what is the problem? What is the problem with Nasser? There's that whole thing that's going on right now. I've kind of put Nasser at a little bit of a distance because I don't know what's going on. But yeah, there's a treachery is afoot everywhere that you look. It's crazy. A lot of people are saying I should play Bane. I don't know if I'll play Bane in the movie. Cokeman says, yay, embarrass him. Dan Marshall says, FJDA eternally. Slacker House says, classic bipolar. Poland 805 says, you embarrass Mike constantly, LOL. Yeah, but that's just fun. I'm just doing it for fun. Like, I like Mike. When I embarrass Mike, it's because I like him. Like, Mike doesn't, Mike does goofy things wrong. He doesn't do like terrible things wrong. That's the thing. And yeah, I mean that's the other thing. It's like Nasser is a child. We should spank him and kick him, says OG Gizmo. Yeah, I remember that. Like I always tell myself, yeah, he's my son's age. He's just a little older than Hunter. Hunter's a kid. How would I talk to Hunter? How do adults talk to Hunter? Same kind of thing. Yeah. Foot to navel at a distance. Why? Well, look. Hewitt Gack says, Ethan, I'll have you know that every year in the U.S., millions of SJWs literally can't even, and it's your and Trump's fault. Yeah. Visan Kasai says, Ethan and Mike are dumb and dumber. All right. As long as I'm dumb and he's dumber. Chucky Wookie says, Yellow Flash is cool. I have no idea what he's talking about, but trust the guy is looking out for Comicsgate. Yeah, I kind of do, but at the same time, like, looking out for Comicsgate, I don't know that Comicsgate needs looking out for. I mean, Comicsgate sinks or swims depending on the intention and goodwill and efforts of everyone involved. I don't think it can be brought down by bad actors. I think, it's too big for that at this point. So, I don't know. The people who have these agendas to destroy Comicsgate always fail comically. That you cannot be Comicsgate. You just can't do it. It's too big of an idea. It's an idea that makes sense. And by the way, it's an idea that the rest of the industry is waking up to and realizing that we were right all along. It was so fun the other day reading that Asher Elbine hit piece on Oni Comics and realizing that just a year ago, Asher Elbine was writing a horrible hit piece about me and Zach. And just, it's like, even to this day, when SJWs talk about us, why is Comicsgate bad? What is Comicsgate? Oh, let me just show you what it is. And they all send each other the Asher Elbine article from the Daily Beast. And it's garbage. It's pure garbage. It's hokum. We haven't changed a bit. We're saying the same exact stuff that we've always said. We were right then, we're right now. And then Asher Elbine goes on and he writes another big hit piece about these worthless human beings, these walking garbage piles that Oni hires. Realizes that, I honestly, it might feel good to hire people for diversity and inclusion reasons, but when it actually comes to making money and running an office, running a business, these people are they are sub worthless. They're less than worthless because they actually cost you money. It'd be one thing if you were worthless and you worked at a company, you brought in nothing, you did nothing for the company. But when you're sub worthless, that's 2 steps below worthless. It means you're actually costing the company money by being there. Your insolence, your stupidity is costing the company money. And that's what that whole article was about. And you had Asher Elbine talking as though the people who were fired from Oni were wronged in some way because they were marginalized. And Oni just didn't give them the resources they needed to be able to control and exploit their marginalization, their status, their victimhood status at a small company. There wasn't an HR department. So, people right now, the comic book industry, from what I hear, is looking at that article. This is big news. Everywhere that you look, SJWs are failing and people are starting to realize who they are and what they do. And we're talking just mainstream comics, like either, liberals in comics or just, regular normies who don't take a stance either way are looking at things like that and going, oh, well, Comicsgate was right all along. And do you think we're worried about Nasser? You think we're worried about cryptic comics? Do you think we're worried about people who whine all day about the war campaign or this? We're not worried about that. That's the idea is too big. It's too real. It goes beyond, whether or not individuals within cliques on the internet get along or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we all agree on certain aspects of Comicsgate or not. The bigger issue is true. It's based in truth. It's based in reality. It's based in economics. It's based in just the social world we live in. These people are garbage human beings. SJWs are garbage human beings that ruin everything that they touch. And you might think it's virtuous to humor them. Ultimately, they destroy you. And that is what's going on with Star Wars right now as well. There is a weirdo toxic cult. SJWs within the Star Wars community all think that the fandom menace are toxic fans. No, we're the sensible. We are the sensible fans that have promoted and kept Star Wars afloat for decades. And when we're upset about something, when we're saying this is wrong, it'd be best to listen. It'd be best to actually listen to us because we're the ones who have been supporting and keeping this franchise afloat. You don't like us? You want a different segment? You want a different subset of fans that you're reaching out to? You're in for trouble. I mean, you're going to sink your whole business. Unhinged Crank says, "Hail Caesar, thank you." Reagan Lodge, too busy working on my comic to understand the slap fights and gossip between creators. How do these guys find time for it when making books? Yeah, I find that same. I have that same question. You know, I don't understand what's going on. I get messages all day long from people who call themselves Comicsgate complaining. This person said this. What do you want me to do about? I assume everyone's an adult. Handle your problems, and I don't want to go after individuals. I was talking to Andrew about this. Andrea is like, have you been keeping tabs on this person, like an SJW in comics? And she named a name. She's like, have you made videos like explaining to people what this person is and who they are, what they do? And I said, no, because they all get swept up in the same kind of conversation. When I talk about SJWs in comics, that includes this person. And when I talk about what SJWs in comics do, that's what this person does. And really, it's for other people to listen to me and identify and notice that, yeah, this person is an SJW and this is what they're doing in comics. I mean, I mention names every now and then, but I think one of the things that I try to do is I try to just stay away from individuals and talk about larger issues, larger problems, issues of static and conflict that SJWs bring to society and the workplace. It's good. You can use people for examples, but I mean, just to harp on one single person and say this is this is a thing. I don't really know. I don't know if that's the best thing to do. Trying to think about one instance. Andy Corey at DC Comics. I think hashtag fire Andy Corey is probably a good idea if people want to do that hashtag. But for the most part, I mean, just individuals who aren't in power or control. Fire Kathleen Kennedy. It should be mostly about the overarching issues. So people talking about, hey, this person's fighting with this person and do something about it. I can't. I'm busy. I'm trying to actually, produce work. Snarkticon DM says calling SJWs human beings is being generous. Well, I'm a very generous man. Yes, indeed. All right, so here's the thing. So SJWs are where you find them, you will find trouble. And sometimes the signs of an SJW infestation manifest themselves subtly. Some people don't want to just come out and say, "Look, there are problems." There are problems. They find other ways to say things. You have to kind of you have to kind of read between the lines of what they're saying. Daisy Ridley revises her social media history plus a gift for Raylos. Do you guys know what the Raylos are? Raylos are a shipping group of weird fat women who fantasize obsessively about Ray, Daisy Ridley, and Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver. Their characters getting together and having sex, but also the actor and actress themselves getting together and having sex. To accomplish this, you need to remove each of their respective spouses or partners and their families and kids. And don't worry, the Raylos talk about that incessantly as well. They fantasize about Adam Driver, who has a very young son. They fantasize about that child dying, drowning. They fantasize about his wife being murdered, so that suddenly Adam is single, so that he can get with Daisy Ridley. And Daisy Ridley just got engaged to a guy named Tom Bateman, who we're calling Tom Batman. These are weirdos. These are SJW weirdos. The SJW community within Star Wars is largely comprised of these Reylos. And it is weird. And Daisy Ridley was recently asked by a guy on the red carpet, a guy named Steele Saunders, "Are you a Reylo? Do you like Reylos?" And you should have seen her face. Like, Daisy Ridley has been harassed by these people. Daisy Ridley, her life has been threatened. She's been stalked by these people. And she did her best to answer the question, and she won a lot of respect from me just as a human being. I still don't like her as an actress. She does not belong in Star Wars. She's doing a bad job in Star Wars. But she did a great job on the red carpet when she kind of said, I am aware of the Reylos, and I am not a Reylo, and I don't support them because they are toxic. They're toxic. Steele Saunders, I thought his eyeballs were going to fall out of his head. He's another SJW who's empowered by Lucasfilm. He's a shill media. And he was hoping that Ray would say, "Oh, I love the Reylos. I love that, the whole shipping community. We all love it. We all love it. Finn loves it. Poe loves it. John Boyega loves to be drawn giving oral sex to the guy who plays to Oscar Isaacs. He loves it. He loves those drawings that are all over social media. Let me tell you." So obviously, these people are mentally ill, crazy. The Doctor 14 Blu-ray review says, "I am a pro Jodie fan." Okay. Chuck Wookie says, "Comicsgate is great. I love you guys. Stop making stuff I want to buy. Import duties are killing me. Stop it. I've had no pie since Christmas." Well, I understand. That would bother me too. But we appreciate your support. All right, so David Mack from BuzzFeed stupidly writes, by the way, this is the work of Ichibaka over at Disney Star Wars is Dumb, the single best blog about Star Wars that there is. And I'm waiting for Data Racer 117 to start a blog like it. I would personally appreciate it, but frankly, these two work together pretty well. Data Racer does good research. Ichibaka often uses it, and vice versa. Star Wars actor Daisy Ridley is vowing to never return to social media, saying her use of Instagram and Facebook is forever cut off like a Skywalker limb. After she was first cast as Rey in the Star Wars films in 2014, Ridley says she found social media amplified critical voices who were mad that the sci-fi series was now focusing on a central woman character. Now, this is, of course, oh God, it's just... We liked Princess Leia. She was a central woman character. In fact, you're no more central, to be honest with you, to Star Wars than Princess Leia was. There were two main human male characters. There are two main male human characters now, and one main female character, just like there is now. Nothing has changed. In terms of Star Wars demographics, nothing has really changed. I mean, sure, The Last Jedi was chock full of hideous-looking women. None of them were important characters. I mean, Holdo was a piece of garbage character, dressed in a ball gown, purple hair, really strange, off-putting, not Star Wars. Portrayed by a woman who clearly had contempt for the idea of Star Wars. Manifest by the idea that when she was shooting her blaster, her mouth was going pew, pew, pew as she was pulling the trigger. So for the most part, nothing has changed. And these people just kind of use the fact that most Star Wars fans find Disney Star Wars films to be shallow and stupid and silly. They use this idea that Daisy Ridley is a whammon, and we've never seen a whammon in Star Wars before, and that's why. Except for the fact that no one was mad that the sci-fi series was now focusing on a central woman character for two reasons. First, because it was nothing new. Ichibaka and I are right on track. Leia Organa provided the template for the central woman character in modern film, which Ridley is now attempting to emulate, but failing. She has a 20th of the charm and charisma of Carrie Fisher. I really think about Princess Leia and how three-dimensional that character is. And you can say, who is Princess Leia? And you can describe Princess Leia. That's what's so wonderful about people who know how to create characters that are fully realized, that are fully formed. Who is Han Solo? Oh, everyone knows who Han Solo is. You can describe Han Solo. You can come up with lines of dialogue that he said that'll never leave your mind. Who is Luke Skywalker? The same thing. Naive, impatient farm boy. Drafted to fight a war. Big destiny ahead of him. Quickly moves on from the death of the people he loves in a way that's kind of weird. Hey, your aunt and uncle were just roasted to a crisp by stormtroopers. Take me with you. You don't want to stop and cry? No, there's no time. These people, all they wanted me to do was farm for moisture. I'm sick of it. Get me out of here. In a way, Luke Skywalker was probably thinking they deserve it. They were keeping me here. Yeah. They weren't his real parents. That is true. They were soy farmers. He was farming for soy. I want to farm for moisture. I've used that line on women before. I'm a moisture farmer. Doesn't go over well. All right. So the great civil rights strides that SJWs fool themselves into thinking they're making are purely imaginary. All right. Second, the critics were complaining that Rey is a poorly written female character, which of course she is. The fact that Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley were so well written 40 years ago means that the Rey character represents a regression for women in film. A fact that SJWs are incapable of comprehending because they've stupidly let the past die. Again, tell me who Rey is. Who is Rey? Describe Rey as a person. You can't do it. There is no description for Rey except you can list a number of things that she's done, that you've watched her do. I watched her sell garbage for food. I watched her tell Han Solo how to fly the Millennium Falcon better. Chucky Wookie says, we love Leia. Women or not, we love Leia. She was cool, sexy, a presence. I miss her. I do too. Fortunately, those Star Wars films will live forever. God, it's the same. I mean, everything they do. SJWs produce garbage and then hide behind identity politics. They accuse people. I mean, this is the sin of it all. It's like, no, we just want good stuff. We just want good comics. We just want good Star Wars, and you're not giving it to us. And then, frustratingly, you're saying the reason why you're receiving criticism is because you dared. You dared put women in it. We've had women in it. We've had women in it before. Having women in it is not a big deal. And if you watch Daisy's recent interview on Good Morning America, she apparently didn't feel like the lead in Star Wars anyway. She isn't really the lead in Star Wars. I mean, is there a lead in Disney Star Wars films? If there were, you know what? If there were a lead in the Disney Star Wars films, I guess it would be Rey. I guess she would be the most popular, or the central focus, not most popular, but the central focus of the Star Wars films, because it's not Rey and Poe, or it's not Finn and Poe. It ain't Rose Tico, except in my heart. Well Hung and Dung says, I would unselfishly crowdfund a Tim Doyle Funko Pop. Oh, if he were wearing the green bikini. Unhinged Crank says, they were sucking the life out of me like I was sucking moisture from the air. F the Owens. Thanks, Dad. Luke Skywalker. That's probably what he was thinking. You guys, I mean, you've got a good handle on it. I think you understand. So who is the lead in Disney Star Wars? Because it's not Luke Skywalker. I guess it's Rey, but she doesn't feel like it, and she doesn't really feel like it to me. She doesn't have the weight or heft to be the lead in Star Wars, to be the focus, and yet the movie's focused on her, and that is probably why everything crumbles to pieces. Daisy Ridley says that her new film, Ophelia, was the first time she felt like she was the true lead of a movie. Wow. Back to the BuzzFeed interview, Daisy stated, I honestly think now with social media and stuff, it's great to have freedom of expression, but I do feel like people think opinions have so much weight, she told BuzzFeed News. I really think bad vibes should have the sun shone on them, she added. Like, I don't want to read your thing. I don't want to read your thing. Ridley left Instagram in 2016, where she had amassed more than 2 million followers, saying at the time she felt pressured to post on the app. Soon after, she also left Facebook. Sinister Voices says Mara Jade, Darth Talon, Lamaya, there were many women in Star Wars. Yeah, but I mean real Star Wars. Yeah, I have that attitude. I'm sorry. And by the way, Pablo Hidalgo said none of that stuff's canon. Tyler Birdman, down for Slave Ray, but the mouse wouldn't dare. Dude, that could happen. I mean, all they do is, they're going to retell Return of the Jedi in the next movie. Prepper Jenny says, remember, we saw John Boyega wielding a lightsaber in the Force Awakens trailers. We didn't even know Rey was supposed to be the lead until the movie was released. Peter Allen says, quote, I don't want your opinion, unquote. Yeah. Also, she thinks these opinions, which she calls bad vibes, she thinks people's negative criticism should have the sun shone on them. I agree. I think more people should be looking at and thinking about and discussing our opinions about Disney's Star Wars. I would like more sun shown on my opinions, which I think are good vibes. Yeah. Good vibrations. I hope Brian Wilson's okay. Lama Giganti says, a human sunbeam. That's me. JG says, EVS needs to be introduced to Star Wars. Poor guy. I know. All the books and stuff. Yeah. I can't. Here's the thing. Once you get into that, you have to decide who's valid and who isn't. What are you going to tell me? Chuck Wendig's books are real? Chuck Wendig's books aren't real. That didn't happen. Nothing Chuck Wendig said happened in Star Wars. That stuff is fake. And so if Chuck Wendig is fake, and he is, then how do I know who to read? How do I know what's genuine? And you can say, well, this guy and that guy, but it gets too complicated. Yeah, you can say Timothy Zahn. Everyone says Timothy Zahn, but I don't know. Wilberforce Wooster says Timothy Zahn's books are for real. Are real. That's what you decide. All right. Everybody can decide together that Timothy Zahn is real. Claudia Gray is not. Neither is Chuck Wendig. Snarkticon DM says EVS is episode 9, Slave Tico. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Alpha Azaru says, EVS, would you say Chuck Wendig has a good Nintendo Switch face? You better believe it. He does. He's shown it over and over again. It's weird. But not recently. I have not seen soy mouth out of Chuck Wendig in quite a while. We shut his mouth. All right, so she left Facebook. Those who read this blog are already familiar with the reasons that Daisy Ridley has stated in the past for leaving social media. So this new telling of the tale appears to be a revision. When Ridley made the decision in 2016, the star didn't rule out returning to social media, but she told BuzzFeed News on Wednesday she's never coming back. Cut off like a Skywalker limb. Luke Skywalker's limb was not cut. A hand is not a limb. Is a hand a limb? Isn't a limb an arm or a leg? It was just a hand. It was just a hand. God. Chucky Wookie says, I don't understand. If you make something for us to buy, then when we don't buy it, it's our fault. What the F? Can I not spend my pennies on what I want? Algorithm says, who will shed light on bad vibes? EVS, Human Sunbeam. Thank you. A hand is an appendage. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I want to say. It's not a limb. Cut off like a Skywalker appendage is what she should have said. Of her relationship with social media, using a turn of phrase borrowed from interviewer Hayes Brown. Interestingly, Disney is now prohibiting dismemberment in its video games. Yeah. The video games are getting much more Disneyfied. By the way, chopping off hands and stuff. That's part of what Star Wars has always been about, and now you can't do it in the video games. Can you chop off wieners? Probably not. That's dismemberment. So Disney might want to choose her words more carefully, or Daisy might want to choose her words more wisely, or face the wrath of the mouse. I'm going to a concert tonight where 3 80-year-old men are going to sing the Mickey Mouse Club theme together. I'll live stream it. Don't worry. Those of you who want to see Frankie Avalon, Fabian, and what's the other guy's name? Can't remember. Sing the Mickey Mouse Club theme. Don't worry, I'm going to live stream it. I told you I would. Remember when I said I'm going to show you Lionel Richie? I'm going to live stream Lionel Richie singing "We Are the World," and you guys said you're not going to do that. I said yes, I am, and I did it. And you guys were like, "Whoa, you did it!" I said, "I told you." Told you I will. So tonight you will see the most boomerish, sad thing in the world. It wasn't Bobby V. No, Bobby V's not going to be there. Bobby, who's going tonight? Let me double check. I know a lot of people are concerned. A lot of people are concerned about this. I missed Paul Anka sing Sinatra. Bobby Rydell. All right. So Frankie Avalon, Fabian, and Bobby Rydell. Yeah. Emotionally Exhausted says, is Avalon going to lip sync again? Very disappointed last time. No, you're thinking of Frankie Valli. I took you guys to Frankie Valli. And Frankie Avalon, who sings, you're just too good to be true. Like he was lip syncing kind of, but I think he had a backing track and was just kind of over the backing track. Like he was singing, he was making noise with his mouth. But, there was a backing track. It's what Britney Spears does. She does the same thing. Narcticon DM says, SJWs don't have wieners to chop off. That's a good point. Well Hung and Dung says, the sun always shines on my crappy opinions because I only poop outside now and pee from balconies thanks to Jeremy and Cecil. Have you done that? Have you peed from a hotel balcony before? Achura77 says, is there a person or organization that can afford to buy Star Wars from Disney? Please. No, there isn't. Disney is too big now. Disney is buying everyone. Yeah. Somebody wants to know if it's cut off like a Skywalker Tim limb. No. Cut off like a Comicsgate Tim limb. Yes. That's yes. All right. So let's keep going. Also, when I want to see what my pals are up to, you can just Google it and go to Instagram, she joked. All right. Now, here's where SJW Media Sycophant is required to laundry list their assigned talking points that we've repeatedly discredited here. Sorwin Shinkon, thanks for $5, says, start with anything Disney isn't Star Wars and go from there. You might miss one or two good things, but it's the safest definition. I agree. Ridley is not the only Star Wars actor to abandon social media. Kelly Marie Tran, Rose Tico left Instagram last year after being subjected to an onslaught of racist harassment. We have already exposed what that was, who was responsible for it. That was a hoax. I actually tracked down, I made a video, guys, where I confronted. You guys don't even watch all my videos the way that you should. If you religiously watched all my videos, you'd be like, Ethan, you exposed that guy. You caught the guy. And you asked him to his face about the racist harassment of Rose Tico. You are Rose Tico's hero, and she'll never appreciate you. You'll never get the kiss that you deserve from Rose Tico the way Finn did. And let me tell you something. I would faint too, but for different reasons. I had that guy pinned down. I found out where somebody changed Rose Tico's Wikipedia entry and said that her name was Ching Chong Chang. Okay. And I said, wait a second, who made that change? We had it nailed down. We found the IP address of the person who did it at the moment that they did it. And it was only a few blocks away from this one dude's house, the guy that made a big deal about it. Here it is. An onslaught of racist harassment that was demonstrated to be SJW hate hoaxes, including the Wikipedia edit, which was most likely edited by Jason Ward of StarMakingWars.net or one of his close cohorts. And I asked him, and he said, "You can't prove that." Wrong. I proved it. To me, the only person who needed to know for sure. And now I know for sure. Algorithm says Disney Star Wars is dumb, EVS. It is dumb. It is dumb and criminal. I caught this guy calling Kelly Marie Tran, Rose Tico, Ching Chang Chong. And I will not tolerate it. Her name is not Ching Chang Chong. It's Kelly Marie Tran. Rose of my heart. The yellow rose of Texas, Tico. And that wasn't meant to be racist. That was just accidental. All of this is an outrage. All of it is an outrage. To quote, what's her name? Anita Sarkeesian. Everything is racist. Everything is sexist. And I need to point it out. And I need to point the finger of scorn. I'm going to be the one to do it. Not these people. I point the finger of racist scorn at the people who edited the Wikipedia page of Kelly Marie Tran to say that her name was Ching Chang Chong. I declare that to be racist. Cracklin says safe space in the Millennium Falcon. Yes. Peter Allen says EVS, human rights activist. Of course. I care about human rights. I always have. Zach Long says Tico's cattle prod of justice is going to get you, Jason Ward. Yes, she shocks balls. Ball shocker. Proper Jenny says, what's the best live concert you've seen for the last 10 years? I don't know. It would have been New Kids on the Block if I had gone last night. They were in Atlantic City. I should have gone. Hashtag justice for Tico. And are you unzipping something? The sound's making me uncomfortable. Unzipping something. What would that be? Oh, you know what it is? I'm pounding on things, and I was wearing elbow pads, and I think they were making a little bit of noise. So I just took them off. This microphone's really good. It picks up all the noise. I'm not unzipping anything. Sorry if it's making you uncomfortable. Now I'm going to unzip my fly because you said that. Johan Ruinson Soy the 8th. The Star Wars franchise is slowly becoming straight to streaming. Literally, Cyberfrog is coming to a cinema soon. But of course it is. Of course it is. Automata says, sure he ain't tricking her into giving him a shock? He could be. Snarkticon DM says, EVS, use your funding powers to buy back Star Wars and give it back to Lucas. You can do it. No, I'd give it back to us. I would give it back to us, the people. I would give it to Data Racer 117. I'd give it to Ichibaka, and I would have them with my assistants. I would have them delegate, and we would delegate it. We would delegate it. Stephanie Janacek's Smuggler's Cantina. Hi, Stephanie says Ward's a lying weasel. You saw my video. By the way, as for those videos, if you haven't watched my Star Wars SJW fandom sex scandal videos, somebody hit them with a complaint like, oh my gosh, this is just an invasion of my privacy. And I don't know who. And YouTube said you can either take them down or like we're going to review them in 48 hours. And if we find that they are an invasion of someone's privacy, we're going to take them down ourselves. And I went, all right. I'm not taking them down. They're staying up there. Those videos are important. Those videos are about sexual harassment, SJW's lying, creating hoaxes. Those videos are vital. They are vital. They need to stay up. And they told me that they were going to take them down if they found them to be, troublesome, problematic. They told me they were going to do that 96 hours ago. They said they would do it in 48 hours. I haven't seen them come down yet. They could come down, but they haven't come down yet. And if they do come down, it's not going to be because of me. I'm keeping them up there. People need to know. Story time with Yang Zhao says, who would you get to direct your Star Wars movie? Let's see. I would get. Who would I get? Who do I like? Let me get back to you about that. I'm thinking about old directors, and I'm like, no, I shouldn't do that. I should get someone young and hip. I would get James Wan, obviously. You know, get a newbie, get a younger director. Because I mean, immediately I'm like, oh, I can have any director. Well, I want Martin Scorsese to direct Star Wars. No, the Coen brothers. Yeah. Ivan Ortega, great idea. Sam Raimi. Yeah, no, not Sam, not Quentin Tarantino. They'd be too geeky. Quentin Tarantino Star Wars would be too dorky. Ridley Scott would be great. You know, Tommy Wiseau would be great. Roger Corman's Star Wars. I would get. Who's that dude who's a pedophile, allegedly, that directed Superman? Bryan Singer. And I'd have him fired and replaced with a transgendered woman. That's what I would do. And then I'd get upset. David Fincher would be good. Yeah. An onslaught of racist harassment. I like that. It's a good turn of phrase. Ridley, who has said social media is bad for people's mental health, praised Selena Gomez for making headlines last month when she said social media had been terrible for her generation because it's making people too self-involved. I don't know what she's talking about, and frankly, I don't care. Get back to me when it's about me. Well Hung and Dung says, I need $8 million to start a Discord. Who's in? Attic Hatch Sound says, tell them all. Less subverting, more exceeding. Rhino says, you missed my super chat, and to invite your boy Zach on now. Is your boy Zach here? I don't. Hold on a second. If he wants to come in, he can come in. He sent me 2 photos. No, he's not here. He's sending me pictures. Oh my god, he's sending me artwork from his new Jawbreakers book, and I'm telling you, like, this crushes everything. He gets like 1 page a week from his new artist. He's been working on this for a long time. He doesn't want to come in. Yeah, not James Gunn. Snarkticon DM says, you're tearing me apart, Leia. It would be good. He was in the chat. What did he say? Let me come on? He would have sent me a note saying, let me come on. I know Zach. He doesn't want to come on right now when I'm talking about Star Wars. No, I would not let Brie Larson direct Star Wars at all. At all. All right. It's a useful platform, but it does scare me when you see young boys and girls not really aware of the news that's going on. Gomez said it. Selena Gomez is criticizing people for not knowing what's going on in the world. You got to be kidding me. This is peak 2019. It's selfish. I don't want to say selfish. That's rude, but it's dangerous for sure. I would say selfish is probably less rude than dangerous. Selena Gomez, she put it better than I did. Said Ridley, it's dangerous. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting Daisy Ridley to to validate Selena Gomez's stupidity. That was awesome. I like it when airheads, like, you figure out like the airhead hierarchy. Selena Gomez is less of an airhead than Daisy Ridley Wright. Had no idea. SJWs commonly label the expression of viewpoints other than their own as dangerous. Ridley said she believes social media could be useful, especially in places where terrible things are happening and they're cutting off information. It's great in that respect for people who are in serious and dire situations to be able to be communicating, Ridley says. But for the most part, I think no, no, no. All right. I want to cut off John Delarose and Nasser's social media. They don't need it. It's dangerous. For everyone else, it's good. Most of the people that I think annoy me should not have social media access. I'm going to delegate that responsibility to Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash gets to decide who has social media access and who doesn't. Here's the full interview. Everything's silly. Everything's silly Billy. Everything's cute. You know, it's like this is Star Wars. Surprise! That's me, Daisy Ridley. You. Oh man. Oh, I can't. It's Star Wars. What happened? Stephanie says Brian Young, he shouldn't have social media access. I agree. Other people are starting to figure that out too. We'll get to that. I think there's going to be an article written about that. But the question we must now ask is who is in serious and dire situations that they need to be communicating? Well, how about the cast of the sequel trilogy? Though no academic study or loaded poll has yet tackled the problem, we've seen the current crop of evolved fans, otherwise known as Raylos, attack Mark Hamill. We've seen them falsify receipts in an effort to attack this man here, Ethan Van Sciver. This is what did they do here? They falsified receipts to smear me, in which I said, "Sup, did I ever tell you about the one time I kicked a knee in the dick?" And everyone clapped. I never said this. This is fake. My initial reaction to the image was instinctively to wonder if there was a mole in some private chat. Yeah, because this is how I talk to people. Everyone who's in my private chat knows that this is what I do. But Ethan noticed a detail that escaped my initial cursory glance. After tagging Ethan in that thread and asking Ethan herself, Ethan responded with the following. I'll answer you now. It's fake. See how there's no timestamp or date? I don't kick women in the penis. Daisy Fran retweety. That was her name. And I stand by that. One thing I will say that I will never do. I will never kick a woman in the penis. Ever. Count on it. That's how you know. Okay? Goodness sakes. All right. So and that was SJWs who did that. That was the Raylos. The Raylos. Chucky Wookie says Zach can't be trusted with real world stuff. He has too much fun with it. Leave him to the books. Proper Jenny says the unzipping comments were funny, but I'm curious. Are the elbow pads for when you draw? When did you start needing to use them? About 2010, my elbows started to hurt from pushing them against my hard desk when I drew for 12 hours a day. I started to get tennis elbow. Then I got a case of bursitis in my left arm where my arm swelled up pretty big. I got a shot, it went down, and the doctor said, wear elbow pads from now on. Now I wear them constantly. Whenever I'm at my desk, I put them on. It's uncomfortable not to. Cyborg Valkyrie says, I give you permission to kick me in the Jimmy. Hail. Thank you. Appreciate that, but I won't need it. I won't need it. How many times do I have to say the same thing? Yeah. You should wear a harness, says Cecil. Fat elbows. Metalhead Zaki says, how do you handle all of these things on the internet and not go insane? I would never live in peace or stay positive if I were in your shoes, Uncle E. Well, by the way, your boy Zach said something so cool a long time ago. And, you know, it applies. It applies. I have to tell this to some people. I'm like, when you become like kind of a YouTube Comicsgate advocate or fandom menace, you have to die and be born again. Like Zach was like, I'm a vampire. Like, what was it? The process that he was describing was from like Queen of the Vampires or something like that. That movie from 2000. You die and you're born again. You're a creature of the night. My heart doesn't get broken by, you know, awful people anymore. I'm immune to it. I have very thick skin. Have to. I'm here to fight, you know. So people saying that I kick women in the penis, that's just one more, you know, it's just one more lie. Queen of the Damned. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was called. Zach made reference to it. It was pretty cool. I wish he would say that again so I could remember the phrase that he used, but it was good. Yeah, Sketch Therapy says, this is your mortal body. Let me say that again. This is your mortal body dying. Let go of this pain. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just like, you know, people, SJWs attack you. Their attacks hurt until you realize they're meaningless, and you have to kind of just stop being fragile. Have to stop being fragile and start to become unfragile. And you know, respond in kind, but righteously. I mean, look, we're right. They're very wrong. We build and create. They destroy. Johan Ruinson Soy the Eighth says the only reply to social media trolls is simply "thank you." 2 words not in their autocorrect vocabulary with a patronizing emoji. You could do that. You could thank them. I shrug at them. Cracklin says, twist. Rey was Luke Skywalker this whole time. Now that is interesting. Yeah, anti-fragile. That's the phrase, fan emoji. Anti-fragile. All right, so we've seen them manufacture a genuine gun threat out of a joke. I made a video about that. That video did great. That was hilarious. We've seen them harass Star Wars authors. We've seen them engage in rape shipping. We've seen them dox Adam Driver and harass Daisy Ridley. These are the Reylos. These are the SJWs who insist on you know, Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley Ray having sex in real life, even though they both have partners and children and all that stuff. You know, these people want to actually harass, threaten, perhaps murder the spouses of Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley Ray, so that they can push these two together to fulfill some weirdo women cell. Wamin cell. Let me coin a phrase. Wamin cell. Okay. Fantasy that they have. They need this to happen for some reason. I don't know. I'm not interested in other people having sex. I'm interested in me having sex. I don't understand people like that. I don't get women cells. I don't understand them. Whim cell. Yeah, I just don't get it. What, like, who wants other people to have, like, I'm fantasizing about Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley having sex. I'm not. And I'm fantasizing about me, not other people. You know, that's what happens when you're normal, I think. Mamcell, femcell. People are trying to come up with a good way to put this. Cam 1138 says, but I heard you're a selfish lover. I've actually had SJW speculate about how giving I was in bed. That is how insane these people are. Andrea just walked down with the weirdest look on her face. It was the worst time. What is that? Are there bugs? Oh my gosh.
That scared the shit
I saw one of those come in through the door.
How am I supposed to wash clothes?
There are 2 of them, not just one. There are 2 of them in there.
You're the man. Kill them.
All right, hold on, guys. I have to kill some bugs. These things are freaky. There it is.
There's the other one.
Where's the other one? Are you okay? You feel better?
Yeah, don't leave wet clothes in the basement.
All right. All right. Don't worry, guys. Problem solved. A lot of people are concerned. They're concerned people in the chat. There's no reason to be concerned. There were 2,000 legger bugs that got in through the door down here and were hiding in my laundry basket, which Andrea was going to bring up. Couldn't be more disgusting. Couldn't be more terrifying. For a woman, not for a man. Like myself. I handled it. Handled my business. Mobseat says Rainbow Brute or Rainbro Brute or Rainbro Brute. Haven't decided yet. Nolan Nerd says, I'm writing a comic called Bro Laveau, inspired by Rainbow Brute, a horror comedic tale dealing with voodoo magic, Bourbon Street spirits, and swamp monsters. Interesting. Sounds good. You guys are all laughing at Andrea's scream. She went, ooh! It's freaky. Yeah. What are they? Yeah, like spider crickets. What are these things? I didn't scream. That wasn't me screaming. It was Andrea. All right, let's get back to this. You guys are trying to distract me. We got things to do. All right, so what else have we seen? We've seen them upset that Ridley has a boyfriend. We've seen them attack Frank Oz, who was only trying to say that Bert and Ernie are not gay. That's all he was trying to say. Bert and Ernie are not gay. Leon Garnett says Uncle E is the man. He killed them bugs for NA. Of course I do. Snarkticon DM says when Cyberfrog comes to life. I gotta get some frogs down here to patrol the perimeter. King KDI says you're the man. Kill them with fire. And DD says call Cyberfrog to kill those bugs. What are they? 1,000 leggers. They're really hideous. You know. Andrea first comes down the stairs when I'm talking about how I'm good, like not a selfish lover. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about on your live stream? She had to agree, though. And then bugs. Michael Ross says the books before Disney had plenty of strong female characters that they just disposed of at the altar of Rey. Why would they do that? Simon Oliver says, I ship EVS and Malakili, Ethan Van Kili. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. K-Sis says, well, Bert is gay, but Ernie isn't. Frank Oz says neither of them are. We've seen them sexually pester the actors playing Kylo at Disneyland. I didn't know that. I want to do a video about that. We've seen Lucasfilm representatives chase underage Reylos in online sex chats. That's one. Don't say representatives, just one. His name's Brian Young. And that is what? That is part of what the Star Wars SJW fandom sex scandal is all about. That's what my video series is about. Snarkticon DM says, you let the bugs in to avoid the selfish lover issue. Wrong. Happy to talk about my unselfish lovemaking. I'm not hiding from that. I'm not hiding from that conversation. Zach Long says, F Brian Young. F Brian Young. Everyone just let's get an F Brian Young in the chat. F Brian Young. Yeah. Please don't, says Cam 1130. Please, 38. Please don't. Cracklin says, make a merch shirt, not a selfish lover. Yeah. That'd be cool if Brian Young was in here and he said F Brian Young. I mean, I know he's in here, but if he actually said F Brian Young, it'd be pretty cool. Chad is saying F Brian Young, F Swank Motron. F Swank. Why is your name Swank Motron? Sorry. All right. And we've seen the caliber of their intellectual conversations, and now there's something new. Now, this is a big deal. This is what the entire chat is all about. This is the news story of the day. Twitter user DataRacer117 has uncovered the following. This is gigantic. These weirdos. Some Raylo stalking Adam Driver jumped on stage at his Broadway show and kept screaming his name till the cops hauled her off. Instead of worrying about his safety, Raylos are pissed that he might not sign autographs for them again. A lot of people are saying F Moose, F Nasser, F Jason Ward. So this probably means he's not coming to stage door anymore. Security is calling police for a stalker. This is a Raylo. Apparently someone tried to jump on the stage. The reactions. Someone tried to jump on the stage for Burn This. And then security called the police and a woman and claimed she was a stalker. I feel so bad for Adam that man has had to put up with so much disrespect and horrible experiences. I just want to shake his hand and apologize on behalf of all those clowns. Clown world. Clown car, clown world. Fuck whoever jumped on stage at Burn This. I hope you had fun getting arrested and ruining the stage door for everyone. So they just sit there. These women sit by the stage door, waiting for him to come out of his Broadway show. It's in this girl's thread that apparently some crazy bitch is stalking him and tried to get on stage at some point during the show. Y'all head asses that head asses. I never heard that. I never heard head ass before. I'm appreciative. Chucky Wookie, thanks for $3.99. Rodents tonight, tomorrow's pool rescue. Peppermint oil capsule. Thank you for 10 pounds. Wow. Says if Bob Iger says, I'd like to rectify Star Wars by hiring all caps to do a 100-page one-shot extending the continuity of Return of the Jedi, showing what really happened 30 years later, would you do it? And what would the story be? Yeah, I would do it. Let's see. What would happen? What would I do? Well, I think one thing that I would definitely do is I'd show the dismantling, arrest, and punishment of all of the remaining. I would basically do a trial at Nuremberg for the Empire. And I would show justice. I would show Han Solo and Princess Leia being married, having a child that was not Adam Driver. And I would take it from there, I think. You know. I would have, I'd show, basically, it would be a happy ending. It would just be a happy ending. It would be the 1950s, you know, for Star Wars. I'm sorry, but that's what I would do. Show Luke Skywalker training young Jedi, bringing back the Jedi. Darth Vader saying, you're all that's left, or Darth Vader being told he's all that's left of that sad old religion. Wrong. Luke Skywalker's bringing it back. It's not Skywalkerism. It's Jedi. He's bringing back the Jedi. Oh, God damn it. Yeah. Boston Kasai says, EVS's plan is boring. Shut up, Boston Kasai. Trying to fix everything. Not everything has to be exciting. Some things have to end properly. Yeah. Jediism. Y'all head asses that don't know how to behave at a serious play like Burn This are gonna be the reason why Adam will never do stage door after this. You're making us all look bad because you want to act like clowns. We don't claim you. Alice Wren says, there's a stalker tried to jump on the stage during Burn This play, and she was screaming at Adam during stage door saying Adam knows her, messy and disturbing behavior. Literally, can you believe someone just straight up ruined 100 plus people's theater going experience and hundreds more people's chances at ever interacting or seeing Adam? Like, show some fucking class and respect. By the way, all of these people have Adam Driver, pictures of Adam Driver for their avatars. Jesus, what a bunch of wackos. Finally, gray shirt Tony yells to police across the street to come over, and there's at least 3 officers, and they pull her across the street as she is still yelling at Adam while he got in his car. A few of us yelled by Adam to kind of drown her out. God, what a nightmare. Atrus77 says, did Adam kick the stage jumper in the flesh pencil? Yeah, I mean, when I say I would never kick a woman in the penis, I've never been in this position before. You know what I mean? Like, if Adam wanted to kick this woman in the penis, what am I going to do? Judge him? I'm not going to judge him. What do I know? She literally wouldn't leave. Either the police and security had to chase her down. These wackos. LMAO, yes, please. He was amazing. He was like, yeah, I deal with a lot of crazy fangirls, but you guys are cool. We stand forever. Oh my God, dude. What in God's holy name? These are people talking about it. We just read. Is this the same thing? Oh, it's the same thing. They've been going to the theater to get autographs for months and doing other creepy stuff like photographing his car and his dog. Adam Driver is the only show actor with a second bodyguard. Maybe they should stop hiding in the bushes stalking him. Maybe they should. Look at this poor guy. Really happy he still did stage tour even after all that. He's literally a saint. At this rate, I'm just happy Burn This is ending next month so we won't have to deal with it. Look at they're taking pictures of his car. Look, they took pictures of his car. Here's his car. There he is. That's his steering wheel. That's his car. There he is signing autographs. You two brothers, you better be ready to give some. You need to kick women in the penis. Both of you guys. Stalking. There's his car, putting him in his car, taking weird pictures. God. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm stunned by all of this. This poor man. First, he had to make love to Lena Dunham. And now this. Now this. This may or may not be far worse than criticizing a poorly written female character. So when can we expect the cast of Episode 9 and the crew of Lucasfilm to directly address this SJW misbehavior? When can we expect the sycophantic media to report on this toxicity? Ever? Probably not. Probably not. Peyton Holden says, sing. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm singing today. King KDI says, isn't this the new fan base that Lucasfilm wanted? Oh, yeah, it's women. Here they are. But let's try a little scientific experiment of our own and leave a gift here for any Raylos that may be reading this blog post and then examine the results. Dear Raylos, Daisy Ridley may have been recently engaged to her boyfriend. Enjoy. There she is. She's getting married. She's getting married. That's terrific. These sons of bees. No, but it really is weird. I mean, these people are odd. They are really, really weird. You know what's sad, though? The whole time I'm sitting there thinking, wait a second. Adam Driver comes out of a door every day and he signs autographs. I could get a DVD signed. And then I went, wait a second. What DVD would I get signed? Star Wars? No. Standing there with a bunch of girls trying to get my Phantom Menace DVD or my Force Awakens t-shirt signed or DVD. Achura77 says Dunham scene made the Fuglies to think they have a shot with Adam. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I think after that, these weirdos just thought, well, yeah, he would do that to her. Maybe he would do bad things to me. Frank Valero says, take my money. Keep up the good work. Wow, thanks for $20. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. These people are crazy. I'm looking for this other tweet right now that's really disturbing. This is so bad, dude. These are the worst people on the face of the earth. These SJW Star Wars fans are the worst people. But you know what's great? Like, they're not as destructive as Comicsgate. Comicsgate really is militant and destructive over something that's dying. I mean, comic books are dying. So to see these people trying to unionize the comic book industry is like infuriating and sad. But oh my God, what the? Hold on a second. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is you want to understand who these women are? These are women's cells right here. And I don't know if I'm going to read this aloud. I'll censor it. I really shaved my before seeing Adam Driver and Burn This. What did I think was going to happen? That's despair. That is despair. Oh, how disappointing. You went to the extra effort. What did you think was going to happen? Yeah. I took a bath. What did I think was going to happen? Snarkticon DM says, if I had to bang Dunham, I'd perform my own abortion. I know. Achura77 says, think you could get Adam to sign a Plan 9 t-shirt? Yes. See, that would be worth it. That would be worth it. Rock bottom. Oh, guys. I don't know. Do you think I made my point? Did I? Was this entertaining? Was it okay? Did you guys understand? Just see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. EVS's Star Wars is what we really need. The old gang back together again, including 4LOM and Zuckus, Rada and Grabala the Hutts. I'm with you for the long haul. Yeah, if Rada the Hutt is not in Star Wars 9, just forget it. Just forget it. Cracklin says, you had a point? Nah, not really. Just the same old, SJW suck and they're weird. That turns out that it's my entire point. I mean, you can unsubscribe now if you want. My entire point is that SJW suck and they're weird and they destroy things and they make people uncomfortable. And if you've already got it, if you figured it out, I mean, you can stay here and listen to me. I'm going to continue showing you stuff that proves that point, but that is my general thesis. Try to prove it every day. Zach Long says, I shaved my balls before an EVS live stream. What was I thinking? What did you think was going to happen? Me too. I waxed my underarms before doing this. What did I think was going to happen? Just despair. Absolutely despair. Dan from the Hill says, shave my Ewok, Han. Everybody, you never know. You never know. I was 14 years old in high school. This is disgusting. Should I tell you this? 14 years old in high school. And, when you're 14, some of the kids are way advanced and some of the kids are still 12. Some of the kids are 18 when you're 14 and some of the kids are 12. And I was definitely like 12-ish, 13-ish when I was 14. Older kid in my homeroom class says to the homeroom teacher, the teacher says to him, wash your butt. I don't know why the teacher said this. This is New Jersey. And this kid said, I always wash my butt in case some girl wants to lick my crack. And I was just like, what? That blew my mind at age 14. But I never forgot it. Snarkticon DM says, Cecil waxed his back hair before the stream. What did he think was going to happen? What did he think was going to happen there? Don't know. Yeah. That's Jersey public schools for you. So just remember that, just remember, always wash just in case. Okay. You fill in the blanks, always wash just in case. Now I'm the Jordan Peterson. I'm a new kind of Jordan Peterson. Sean Crummell says that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Well, how bad do you expect me to be? I'm still trying to keep this PG-13 in here. Tossing salads were a thing in '88. Never cold ass. I didn't know that. I mean, I wasn't aware of it. I was a 13-year-old, 14-year-old. Had no idea. All right, everyone. I'm so grateful that you were here with me. Thank you for the super chats. I hope you had a good time. I'm getting ready. I've got lots of friends coming over. We're going to play some blackjack. I'm going to go to see Frankie Avalon tonight. And I'm going to live stream a little bit from Frankie Avalon if you want. It's going to be some of you guys understand what my Boomer concert streams are like, but you'll get to hang out with me and Aunt Andrea, my friend Nearing. We're going to go and, he's going to be like, Venus, goddess of love that you are. It's going to be fun. All right. And so I will show a little bit of it to you. If you would like to dunk on the show and the fact that I will be 40 years younger than everyone else in the audience, that's fine. You're welcome to do that. We've got front row seats, so I'll give you a good look at everything. Love you guys. See you again either late tonight or we'll do another live stream like this tomorrow. All right, take care.